In the fourth lecture of switchgear and protection, we are discussing about the protection of alternators and transformers. The generator is the main element of the power system, so the cost of the generator or alternator is high in the power system. The alternator consists of transformer at the output side and prime mover and governor at the input side. The alternator is running throughout the day continuously. That is why the protection of the alternator is very critical, as well as the prime mover and transformer connected to the input and output side. If the fault occurs in the input or the output, this fault is reflected directly to the prime mover through the alternator. Due to this, the protection of generator is very important. Basically, protection of transformer or alternator mainly consists of these three types. The first one is external fault, another is internal fault, and last one is overspeeding or other devices. The external faults are occurring external to the alternator. The internal faults are occurred in alternator unit. The fault in the alternator are classified as follow. As the alternator has stator winding and rotor winding, so the faults are mainly classified in stator winding fault and rotor winding fault. The stator winding fault consists of face-to-face fault, face-to-earth fault, and interturn fault. The rotor winding faults consist of ground fault and interturn fault. While discussing about the abnormal conditions in the alternator, they are mainly classified into three categories. First one is electrical abnormal conditions, second is mechanical, and third one is others condition. In electrical abnormal conditions, they are further divided into stator winding and rotor winding. Stator winding consists of thermal overloading, unbalanced loading, overvoltage, and overfluxing. And the rotor winding consists of loss of excitation. The mechanical abnormal condition in the alternator are differentiated as the loss of prime mover and the overspeeding. The loss of prime mover means prime mover is unable to start. The other abnormal condition in the alternators are loss of synchronism and wrong synchronization, local overheating, overspeeding, moisture content, bearing temperature rise, and leakage in cooling system. These are the abnormalities alternator faces. Firstly, we are discussing about this fault, that is stator fault and rotor fault. The stator faults consist of face-to-face fault, face-to-earth fault, and interturn fault. The face-to-face faults are occurring rarely. If the insulation between stator winding is damaged, then two phases are bridged and short circuit takes place. The face-to-earth fault may result into face-to-face fault. The face-to-face fault may take place due to overhang portion of the winding, and in interturn faults, the turns are shorted. This will create the difference in CT secondary current, and this result in the current flowing through the relay circuit R and gives the trip signal to the circuit breaker. The rotor winding faults consist of interturn fault and ground fault. In interturn fault occurs because of the insulation damage of successive turns in the rotor winding. This happens due to the temperature stresses and the vibrations which damage the rotor insulation. Due to this damage in the rotor insulation, these interturn faults occurs. While talking about the ground faults, the rotor of the alternator carries the field winding which is given by the DC supply. The single ground fault on the rotor does not produce any harmful effect, but if in some cases the another ground fault takes place, it causes the short circuiting of the field winding. Due to this, This fault should be minimized. The commonly used protection scheme for the alternator is differential protection. This is the arrangement of the differential protection scheme for the alternator. This is also called as merge price circulating current protection. This protection scheme is used for the interturn faults of the alternator in stator winding. The three-phase alternator stator winding is star connected, so the star point of this earthed with resistance. These are the three phases R, Y, B, and this is the star point of this star connected winding. There are 6 CTs are used in this type of protection. The voltage level of these CTs is same. The turns ratio of this CT is also same. These are the secondaries of the CTs, and these are connected to these pilot wires, and the polarity of the CT secondary is such that when the current flows during the normal operating condition, there is no potential difference across the operating coil of relay. The 1, 2, 3 are these operating coils, and these are the restraining coils. In normal operating condition, the incoming current and outgoing current in the alternator of stator winding is equal. As these CTs are identical, the current through these CTs is also same. Due to this, there is no potential difference across the operating coil of relay, hence the relay does not operate. There are mainly two abnormal conditions. First one is short circuit and another is earth fault. If there is a short circuit between the R phase and Y phase, then the short circuit current flows through the loop. Due to this, the current through this CT secondaries is not equal. Due to this, the different current flows through this operating coil 1 and 2. Due to this, the relay in these two sections will operate and sends the trip signal to the circuit breaker, and the circuit breaker disconnects the alternator from the system. If the earth fault takes place at the point Y, that is Y phase, the earth current flows through the Y phase to the earth. So the current from the CT1, CT2 and CT3 will not same. Due to this, the relay coil 1 is operate and trip signal is sent to the circuit breaker. This is how the differential protection scheme for the alternator is used.